Hey, so now that we've got your palette all set up, I'm going to show you how I apply my makeup using my fingers. This is the easiest way to learn how to apply this makeup. So start with your fingers. We're going to blend with a brush. And then once you get good at that, you can move on to just brush application, which is a little messier, and it actually ends up being a little bit quicker too in the long run. So first thing I like to do, if you have long hair or hair that falls on your face at all, pull it out of the way, because we are going to make sure we brush that contour up into our hairline, and we don't want to have any makeup lines. We don't want to have our hair in the way, getting makeup in it. So I like to kind of pull my hair out of the way. And now we're going to start that application with our fingers, okay? So I've got all my colors right here, and I'm going to walk you through which ones I'm applying first. So first things first is I'm going to color correct on my eyes. This is not something that everybody does, but if you have dark circles like I do, then I color correct under my eyes first. I'm color correcting with Frenchie is what this is called, and it takes away my dark circles, which tend to be more blue. So you color correct with something that's got a little red in it. If you run purple, then we got to color correct with something that is more yellow in color. So now that I've got my color correction done, I'm going to go in and start with my contour. So if you're not color correcting, this is where you're going to start. So I've got my contour color at the very top of my palette. I'm going to rub my finger in there, and then I'm going to start by just dotting it around my forehead. You do not have to be perfect. This can be messy. We're going to use that brush and blend it in, and as long as you are blending, this will turn out fine, okay? But put that contour color around the outside of your forehead. You're going to stop at about eye level, okay? Now we're going to take a little bit more contour, and we're going to go down your cheekbones. I like to go actually on my cheekbone level to try to lift my face up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is suck in my cheeks. This is my cheekbone. I'm going to go right above it, okay? So suck in those cheeks and right down your cheekbone. Not past your pupils, okay? So draw that line, and you can make it however dark you want to make it. We're blending again, I promise. Oh, this is everyone's scariest part because it is so dark. Next, I'm going to go down my nose. Now with my nose, we're trying to make it look a little bit skinnier. So you're just going to put a little bit on your finger and draw a line down your nose. We're not trying to go on the side of our nose. We really want to focus more on the top of our nose and go down either side of that nasal bone that you have right there. Okay, so we're just going to make little train tracks is what I call them, all right? Little runway. So you can see my nose contour right there. Next, I'm going to take what's left on my finger, maybe even a little bit more, and swipe it along my jawline. And then that is all that we're going to do for contour, okay? Next, we're going to move on to our brighten shade. Now you can use a different finger, wipe your hands off. This is cream based, so it kind of soaks in like lotion a little bit. And we're going to go to our brighten color, which is the lighter shade of your two highlight colors. This would be like your concealer. So next, you're going to take your finger into that brighten color, and we're going to add a couple dots in the middle of our forehead, right between your eyebrows. Then we're going to draw a little line and make a runway down the middle of those tracks and straight down our face. So a dot here and a dot here. I know I look really funny right now, don't I? All right, next we're going to take that brightener color still, and we're going to add a little bit here on the outside of our eyes, and then a little bit here. And we're going to be blending all this in. Now that is it for your brighten color. Next, we're going to go in with that main highlight color, which is like your foundation color. So it will be the darker of your two colors. And I'm going to add dots wherever I have leftover area. Now remember that a little bit goes a long way, so don't feel like you have to fill in every open spot, because we're going to blend this in and it's all gonna work, I promise. So you don't have to do a ton of dots everywhere. I like to just kind of swipe some around and then blend, and then if I feel like I need more coverage, then I go in with a little bit more. Okay, but that's all the main color that I'm gonna put on right now. Now I'm going to wait into my blush color last just because I want it to show up a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this in, and then I'm going to apply that blush color. Most of you probably got the 3D brush, which looks like this, and some of you might have gotten that blush and bronzer brush that looks like this. Okay, now either one works. This gives you kind of a lighter application where this can go more medium to heavy. So whichever brush you're using is fine. You're just going to use the puffier side to start. Okay, and if you have this blush one, you're going to use the smaller of the two. Okay, so I'm going to use my 3D brush, and I'm going to go in with this rounder side, and I'm going to start with my lightest color first and then move to my darkest. So I'm going to start with that brightener, and I like to start underneath my eyes. Now, if you really are going for a good heavy application, then you're going to use this pointier side and get right under that eye, all the way up to your lid. And you're not swiping, you're kind of patting it in, okay? Patting that makeup into your skin. It's called stippling motion, okay? So we're kind of doing this motion here. So this side here of the brush is really good for getting around your eyes and your nose, but you can also use this end. You don't ever have to use that other end if you don't want to, or if you have that blush and bronzer brush, then you're gonna use that round end to get in there, okay? So now I'm gonna go over to here to this eye, and the same motion, I'm stippling that makeup into my skin, so we're not pulling on our skin, we're just pushing the makeup in. All right, and don't forget to get your eyelids. Put a little bit up there. Stippling that makeup in. All right, so I've gotten under my eyes, and now I'm gonna go up here and start with my forehead, right here in the middle. And stipple that in. And it's okay if you get some contour in there. We're blending it all together, so you are not making a mistake. We are just blending. Some people don't do the lightest shade first. They blend the whole face, and it works for them. So you're gonna figure out what works for you. I'm just showing you what I do and what I find to be the easiest. I'm working my way around my face, just getting all that brightened color and that highlight, that main highlight color, and just pushing it in. And now I'm going to go down my nose. And we want to keep that shadow, so we really don't want to blend, like swipe. You just want to pat it in so that shadow stays there. And you can see that it's bright down that middle of my nose, and I've got a little added shadow from that contour. And now I'm going to take my contour, and I'm going to start blending that. And I like to blend up into my hairline because we do not like makeup lines. And then I'm going to take this contour on my cheekbone and blend it up. I'm trying to lift that face. This is making those cheekbones pop and giving you shadows where you need them. Now, if you applied that contour too light, you can go back and apply a little bit more. And if you applied it too dark, then blend, girl. Use that brush to blend it in. All right, and then don't forget down here on your neck. And you're gonna blend with swiping motions down, because we wanna make sure that we are blending all of that in and not leaving any lines. And you can go all the way around there, okay? So we are blending it in and making it look nice and seamless with our necks. Okay, so that is all my color right there. And now I'm gonna go in with my lip and cheek color. So for that, I'm gonna use sandstone. Let's see. And I'm gonna dab that above where I put my contour. So my contour's here. I'm gonna put my blush right here. And I like to just do it real far back and just do a couple dots, and then I take my brush and I swipe it forward, okay? So if you have the 3D brush, you can do this all with the 3D brush. I like to switch it up and do it with my blush brush so I can keep that color a little bit brighter. All right, and now I'm gonna go in with my illuminator and my powder. Okay, so powder, You want to just get it on your brush and then press it in underneath your eyes. And this is just going to make sure that that makeup doesn't crease. Press it in so it lasts all day long. Kind of take away a little bit of that shine so it looks more matte, looks a little more polished. And then I like to put it anywhere I get shiny. So I put it in the middle of my forehead, down my nose, on my chin, anywhere I'll get shiny, just to mattify my look a little bit. And then the last thing that I apply is that illuminator. So the illuminator gives you a nice little shimmery glow, and that goes over top of where you would put your blush. And you can blend that in. It goes down your nose, and then under the arch of your brow, and then your Cupid's bow. I'm gonna put black cherry on my lips. And that is it, ladies. Pretty easy. And this will get really quick once you get used to doing it all. But that's all that you have to do. It blends in and it gives you a nice contour, highlighted look, and just kind of a seamless, filtered appearance. So I hope that you all have found this helpful. I'm going to do another video with a brush application. So once you get where all of your colors go and the areas that you're going to be putting them on, you can start doing a brush application and seeing how you like that and which one you prefer. All right. If you have any questions, you can always text me, message me, call me, and make sure that you join my Facebook group, which is Seint Beauty with Lauren.